Hi guys, welcome back to Forming the Forehand. This is episode 3 of the playlist. We're going to do a little recap on the first 2 episodes, clarify a couple things, and then the rest of the episode today is going to be on upper body setup. So, let's get started. So first, let me clarify a couple questions because we talked about using this range of motion and not this one, right? And then some of you got confused when I stuck the disc in my hand like this and I went like this because it looks like I'm telling you don't use this range of motion, don't use this range of motion, and then I do it. Well, I'm not, right? I'd have to actually hold like this and go back and forth like that. That would be what this range of motion looks like. Sure, is there a little bit of that mixed in? Yes, but you want to go for this motion, and then your grip and how it sits in your hand will determine kind of how much of that motion you have in there, if there's any. All right, so let me go through a couple of the grips and just show you the differences. So here I'm using this 2-finger kind of stacked grip right there, right? And so in order for this to be nose down for me, and for me to use this range of motion, my hand is oriented like this. Right, so my palm is a little bit up. We don't take that and tell everybody, hey, you need to have your palm up, right? Depending on your grip and to use this range of motion, this is how my palm will face. Now let me switch to a split grip. Now notice, in order to use this range of motion and to keep the nose relatively down, my palm is even more up. People who tell you to finish with the palm up are probably using this grip so that they can use that range of motion. So they will finish with the palm up, and then let's say that I go to this little power grip, my palm is going to be more down than the other 2. So when I finish, in order to finish using this range of motion, my palm is going to basically say sideways like this. If I had this grip and then I tried and forced my hand to finish up, it would cause me to supinate my arm and throw nose up. And a lot of you have this problem, right? So that's why first and foremost we use this range of motion, and then it looks a little bit different for each person, but let me show you that mistake. Okay, so here's a Hades. It's very flippy. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna finish with my palm up. Palm is up, finished, very nose up, right? So that's why we focused heavily in the earlier videos about this range of motion, and we didn't get into all the details because grip and style and angles are slightly different, but the forward pop is forever. Now that we've cleared that up, we're going to talk about upper body setup. So your upper body setup is going to look like this. You've got your grip, you've got your arm slot, which is roughly here, and I want your offhand to come across your body like this. Okay, this is very important. Like when we throw a ball, we have ball by ear and we have arm up, right? This is the same thing. We just take this unit and we have it down so we can swing more level with the disc golf disc. Throwing arm here, off arm, point it forward, bend it across. Okay, this is your unit, right? We call this in tennis a unit turn. This works together. The reason that we have this off arm come across is so that when we're getting ready to throw, we don't throw like this with our chest forward. It's going to be very tough on the arm to do that. So when we go to throw, we actually peer kind of over this lead shoulder and we take both of these back together. The reason that the disc is getting back is because of this turn of the torso, not because we're taking the disc back with our arm on its own. Okay, so it's very important that you have kind of this unit here that travels together. It's going to make it much easier on the body to execute the shot. Lower body setup, we're not going to talk about getting into this yet, but I'm going to set your feet up now on this kind of standstill so that you can work on the upper body unit turn, hit and follow through. So the feet are basically going to point to wherever you're throwing. So we can take our feet like this, almost draw a line through them. And now we're gonna take this front foot and we're gonna flare it almost all the way forward. Okay, it's not going to be totally forward for most of you. And it's definitely not going to be sideways, because this will lock your hips out of the shot, and we don't want that. So it's going to be basically straight line, and then this is going to have a flare. If you want to get technical with it, probably going to be about 15 degrees. This setup allows our hips to be very mobile. So overall setup again, we've got our unit, we've got our arm slot that we worked on earlier, we've got our off arm across. So some people will do this together, and this is a nice way to help get the whole unit turned. Some people will swing them back together, but obviously not truly attached to one another. Peering over the lead shoulder, I'm loaded up on this back leg here, and then the foot is pointing forward. Now for the actual move of throwing. All right, now I want to show you how we generate power on this side, okay? So we're loaded up here. I've got my right arm here on this pole, so you can feel it. I'm going to have my feet together. Now I'm going to step here, and it's this step forward and this move with the upper body that starts laying this hand back, laying this arm back, right? This is truly what creates that wrist to go all the way back, right? We start with it back, and then as we stretch away from the disc with our body, as we start turning our unit, our chest forward here, now what starts to happen is this stretches out even more, and now our body is pulling our hand, and then we've got pop. So we stretch away from the disc on the forehand side, and then we pop with the hand, right? It's that kind of idea. Okay, so I've got my setup here, right? And I can rock back and forth. Notice this foot is gonna be heel. You're not gonna stand on top of this foot. I've got my setup, my elbows towards you guys. My disc is set up here. I'm peering over my lead shoulder. And from here, I'm going to kind of open up the chest towards the target. You're gonna let the hips be free moving, right? You should feel that the disc is moving forward, not because the hand's pushing it forward, but because the rest of the body is dragging it forward. If I attached it to my side like this, you would see that this whole range of movement is happening apart from my arm actually moving, right? So we want to generate that pull first, and then we can pop our hand out. So, okay, here we are. Nice and easy. Get your setup. Always remembering to follow through, right? Boom, letting my hand pop how it naturally wants to, like we talked about in the beginning of the video. Here it is, peering over the shoulder, letting it go, letting the hips and the body go as they want to. Now, a problem that a lot of people run into here is they get really robotic with this left arm when I tell them, pull it across, and they just go like this. And they start hugging themselves, right? That's not loose, that's not clear. This whole unit, if I just held something like this, it would almost look like that. Let it go. Let your chest open up towards the target. I'll go in the higher arm slot just to show you the Anheisers. Nice and easy. Okay, here, just rocking. Wait until the last second to let the hand go.
Laser beam.
That's the goal. We're not adding a bunch of energy right now with the lower body. We're kind of letting it do, right? We're just delaying the hand and then popping, delay the hand, pop. That's your homework until you're ready for the next video or until the next video comes out. Easy, clean distance. Make sure your body's ready to handle this. If you're pushing real hard with this arm and you're trying to sling the arm forward first, you're gonna run into probably some issues, right? So this should be easy. The reason I put a bunch of examples in here is to show you this should be kind of an effortless part of the form, right? Get it until you get the pop timed up with that, synced up with that, till you're really delaying the hand and feeling like, oh man, this is kind of like the feeling of if you're walking along a wall and you're sliding your hand across the wall, right? Or you move your hand through water, it kind of helps lay that wrist back a little bit more, and then you pop against that at the end. You should be able to feel the disc pulling your fingers back and then find that hit point out in front of you. It's gonna be about here. All right, feel that hit point and pop against it, and should get some pretty decent distance for you effortlessly. Next time, we're gonna talk a little bit more about this lower body. But you wanna make sure this part's shirred up because you can have a pretty decent forehand from a standstill. All right, guys, get to work. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.